views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Welcome to the hit show Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fonteyne on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Get ready to stir up your passions, identify your blocks, and shift into an entirely new existence. Just say yes to explosive abundance. Leslie Fonteyne is a transformation catalyst and clairvoyant who uses her intuitive and energetic gifts to catapult listeners into living the life they were born to live. Whether it's shifting from scarcity to abundance, from emotional pain into joy, or from illness into health, Leslie will help you step into the true essence and power of all that you are with the help of the Ascended Masters and Archangels. You will not be the same. Now, here's your host, Leslie Fonteyne.
Hello, everyone. This is a show to listen to. This is the show where we are going to get down to brass tacks. I am Leslie Fonteyne, and I do energetic shifting, clearing, helping you transform, move you into all that you can be, do, and have. This is going to be a tremendous show, so I hope you're ready with a part of you that you have been longing to step into, longing to make a change in. This is not going to be same old, same old. I get asked often, how do I exactly do this change? You know, we've come from a period, and many of you who, you know, whether you've gone to psychics and tarot readings and past life regressions and a bunch of things, or, you know, even transformation coaches, you're wondering, well, can I do this myself? Can I make these things happen for myself? Well, the answer is a resounding yes. But I want you to think about something right now. Think about the amount of time that you take to get out of your car, to walk into a coffee place, to place your order, to wait for your order, to put in all the stuff that you like, the cream, the sugar, etc., and to get back in your car, and then to go somewhere else. The amount of time you take to go to the grocery store, the amount of time you take to pick up the phone and call a friend, the amount of time you take to take a break or have lunch or even to play solitaire. That is how long it takes to make change. So if we have time to do that, then what we're talking about today is taking that same 15 minutes, 5 minutes. I don't know if any of you have ever spent that much time truly, truly focusing on something that you desire to create, really allowing yourself to go there. You will find out that 90 seconds is a very long time. You will find out that 5 minutes is excruciating. So we're going to talk about where does the time go, what it is you want to create, why you don't create it. And you know enough about me to know that this is not a shame, bashing, humiliating kind of discussion. This is about surfacing these things that we've hidden for a while, we'd really like to create, we're afraid to tell anybody about, but that we know it's so a part of us that if we go our whole lives not doing it, we will feel like we failed. And we're going to talk about that word failure too. So again, I hope you'll be thinking right now about what your dream is, what your passion is, what has just not gone away for the last 10 years, 20 years, 30 years that keeps surfacing. It's not too late, and you are fully able to make it happen. I'm going to talk about some things that get in our way, and they're often culture-based. You know, a lot of us think, should I be famous? Can we do it quickly? Is this going to take any work on my part? You know, there's a lot of things that come up, and they come from a source of questioning, a source within ourselves that we're going to discuss. My website is lesliefonteyne.com, LeslieFonteyne.com. I hope you will write me if you're listening. I want to support you with what you choose to step into today. I want to help you walk through these things that up till today, up till this moment, up till you listening right now, have stopped you. And I want to help you turn that around and make the change. This show is about personal change. It's exciting, okay? And, fear and excitement are not the same thing. I talk often when I'm speaking on the road about how we're afraid to be that happy. And if we're that happy, people will look at us and say something like, "What's wrong with you?" Well, it's the same with excitement. When we get really, really excited, we have people that will say things to us like, we're going to do something foolish, right? And I want you to think about when you've last been very excited. In that moment of excitement, you are extremely vulnerable, very vulnerable, because you've released anything that's, put on, where you put on the decorum, where you put on the mask, where you put on the face of things. You're not wearing a mask. You are fully excited. And what I've found is this taps into a very young part of us that gets shamed, okay? So we can think back to a time when we were children or in school or with our families, and we were super excited about making something happen, and we were somewhat shamed about it, right? The other part of that childlike aspect of ourselves is that as a child, we had grown-ups around us, and we didn't know how they did what they did. And we didn't know how they made it happen. We didn't know the steps they took, nor did we have the power to make anything happen. Some of us have come 20, 30, and 40 years later with our dreams, and we still don't know how to make it happen. We don't know the steps. And before we even start, we kill it. We often kill it with shame. We kill it with, well, I don't know how. We kill it with, what will people think? It's like I'm jumping off the deep end. Where am I going to get the money? All these things start to surface. Now, in your business self, in the part of you that goes to work and acts reasonable so that people will hire you and, you look like someone who's competent, you would not think that way, would you? You would not start going into a panic about what you can't achieve. What's the difference when it's personal? Huge. I hope your arms are stretched out pretty far. It's a huge difference when it is personal. I can hire someone to write my social media, write my website, promote me, do all kinds of things, right? But when it's me doing it, when it's me creating it, it's very personal. But I can create something like that for you, right? So again, it's this whole aspect of your dream being personal. So I'm going to ask you to challenge yourself right now and to get really personal with your dream and not be afraid of how vulnerable you feel. I don't want you to be afraid of how sad you feel that you've not done it yet. I don't want you to get upset that you don't know how and that you didn't go back and get that degree and that you didn't, take a class to learn how to do some of the mechanical aspects of your dream. No, none of that. I just want you to let yourself sit with this. Allow yourself to be with that dream and that passion, the yucky part, the not so yucky part, and maybe connect with that aspect of it that makes you so happy, okay? So I'm going to throw out the phone line. I do want you all to listen a little bit, before we just jump on and take calls, but we definitely are taking calls. But connect with that idea, that thought, that passion. Let yourself feel the stuff that's not, super, comfortable. Allow it. Even be jotting it down during the break that's coming up right now. Our number is 800-930-2819. 800-930-2819. This is Leslie Fonteyne with Sheer Alchemy, and boy, are we going to make the change.
Today is your day to begin. Don't give up here, don't you quit. The moment is now, this is it.
Introducing the Lucid Planet, a digital gathering place featuring cutting-edge, high-vibrational content that will empower and inspire you to become the greatest version of yourself. Visit the Lucid Planet today to stimulate your mind, body, and soul as you connect with a global community of like-minded people. The Lucid Planet is edited by renowned psychologist and author Dr. Kelly Neff, who is here to help you cope with anxiety, connect to your higher purpose, uncover your true passions, and live your dreams. Dr. Kelly's fresh, compassionate perspective emphasizes growth, transformation, healing, and thriving. Even in the face of adversity, say goodbye to bad news and low vibrational media for good and become part of the larger collective of people working together to navigate the global shift of consciousness and transform the world from within. Join the planet, the Lucid Planet. Visit thelucidplanet.com. Welcome home.
On the cutting edge of the new mainstream, Christine Upchurch is passionate about bringing together science, psychology, and spirituality in a way that can be applied to our everyday lives for true transformation. The Christine Upchurch Show, stellar conversations to illuminate your journey, engages some of the most outstanding visionaries on the planet in lively dialogue to inspire you to become that bright light you're meant to be. Join Christine every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time on KKNW, AM 1150, and Transformation Talk Radio.
Pure Encapsulations is committed to producing the most complete line of research-based nutritional supplements, from fish oil to probiotics to multivitamins and more. Available through qualified health professionals and community pharmacists, finished products are pure and hypoallergenic to optimize the long-term health of all patients, even the most sensitive. With Pure Encapsulations, you can rest assured that you're getting the purest and highest quality nutritional supplements available. Ask a qualified healthcare practitioner about Pure Encapsulations today and discover why it's the supplement brand of choice for healthcare professionals worldwide. For more information, please visit www.pureencapsulations.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Doctor loves quickies.
Mary's about ready to give love the shove, 'cause no matter what she tries, guys don't know that she's alive. To turn guys on, she needs to turn on those green lights, nonverbal cues that say, over here. Most guys won't approach unless they're cleared for landing. So ladies, to kickstart your love life, turn on those green lights and flash your pearly whites. I'm Dr. Jamie Turndorf of AskDrLove.com.
You got what it takes, you can win. Today is your day to begin. Don't give up here, don't you quit. The moment is now, this is it. I know that you can, then you will.
Hello again. So I hope during that break you all have been thinking about that passion, that dream, that desire that you have. Again, this is a mechanical show where we're going to talk about the mechanics of making something happen. As a companion piece to this show, I posted a blog yesterday, From Lethargy to Change to Adventure. So please go to my website blog so that you can take a look at this. It's going to help you stir up some of the thoughts, the ideas, the blocks, the interferences, the wounds that have come up to keep you over and over again from not being all that you are. See, you already are all this. You really are. You're not less than what you were born to be. It's just that life has happened. We've allowed certain people to put us in a box. We've hidden our passions in a cave somewhere. We're afraid of being hurt. We're afraid of being vulnerable. We're afraid that someone will humiliate us. And we're afraid because it's happened, right? We've had that experience. So here we are. We're our grown-up selves. So today we're talking about what it takes to make that happen. So first, right now, I'd like to throw out to you that you make a change. You decide that you want to change. So right now, do you want to? I want you to check your field. I want you to go into your field right now and just notice where you get tight. There's your dream. There's your passion. I want you to say yes to it. Just say yes. So some of you are getting very tight in your heart space and very fearful, afraid of what that means. So this is your first clue. Why do we get fearful of what it means? We immediately assume the worst. We assume trauma, tragedy, chaos, everything will fall apart, we'll be abandoned, we'll be in poverty, we'll get kicked out, we'll get a divorce, all kinds of horrible things. And all you have done is just say yes. All right? So right there, that should tell you that you already know how powerful you are. It's phenomenal, isn't it? You've said yes. I'm hoping you're saying yes. You haven't done anything yet. You've just shifted your energy. And now you're noticing the parts of you that are afraid. You won't know how it turns out. You don't know what to do. You're trying to figure everything out before you've even put your foot into it. Do you see that? So this is really, really important to understand. Our inner child totally panics and freaks out. You're the grown-up now. So reel her back in. Realize that creating something doesn't mean that tomorrow you're going to just, quit everything in your life as it stands now. More will be revealed. You are going to wait for the unfoldment. You're going to wait for the inspiration, the inspired ideas, all that comes with this, okay? So you've said yes. You're noticing the fear comes up. You're noticing, even in your solar plexus, the power center, the part of you that can actually make it happen. You're realizing you've held yourself back. Now we start to tell on ourselves, oh my gosh, I really do have the power to step into all that I am. So again, this is Leslie Fonteyne. This is Sheer Alchemy. We call this show Sheer Alchemy because it's the opportunity to switch it with your energy, just like we've been demonstrating by saying yes. Okay? If you want more information about how I can help you to shift into your passion, to coach you and work with your energy field, to move you into all that you are, do visit my website at lesliefonteyne.com. That's FONTEYNE.com. The number to call here is 1-800-930-2819. So, okay, right now we've identified the pain, right? We've identified the anxiety. It's showing up. The part of us that feels like that we're not going to be in control. Not being in control, a lot of times for us, is about not knowing what's going to happen next. So even there's an assumption. The assumption is it's going to be terrible, or something bad will happen if I don't know the next step. It's not something good will happen. That's the energy of this world. When we're bringing in the vibrations, the higher vibrations into Earth, it's because we're here. It's an honor to be on planet Earth. Some of us may not think that because it can get a little rough at times, especially if we're super sensitive to energies, don't know how to protect our field, aren't learning how to stand in our power. Those are things I can help you with as well. But we may not think this is such a great place. Our job is to clear our field and to transform and to shift, raise our vibration, let go of some of these blocks, let go of our fear of what other people think, what if they will make fun of us, the fact that we've drawn unsupportive energies into our lives. How did we do this? Well, we did it out of habit. We grew up with it, and then we went and married it, whatever. And then we draw in, workspaces that are like that, same energy, different outfit. Okay, so today, the answer is yes. I want to change. I want to move. I want to become this new thing. Of course, the obstacles are going to surface and start screaming within you. That's what's happening. So again, it's another yes. Do I want to let go of the fear that I won't be in control, that I don't know what to do, that I don't know how to do the next thing, that I have no idea this very second how the next 18 months is going to unfold? Let it go. Okay, a lot of you are doing this. Release it. All right, I want you to really feel, a lot of you are really making this happen now. So there's a peace that's coming over your field. You've released these attachments. You've released the fear of all these other people and energies that you've attracted into your life to this point, letting it go. So now we want to see what is coming to you that's of inspiration to create this thing. All right? So just allow for a moment. Remember, I told you 90 seconds is a long time. 5 minutes is excruciating. I mean it when I say it. If you've ever really tried to really stay intent with your vision, to really work on your visualizations and your affirmations, I was working with a client yesterday, and interestingly, she's from Kazakhstan, and amazing story, but she works really, really hard to stay positive, and she works really hard to only speak positive. But her energy field is loaded with fear and with the judgments of others and with harshness, and she doesn't understand why she keeps drawing in these difficult energies in her life. And so it was kind of new to her to let go of the fear of even talking about this negativity, because she's worked so hard at this for so long. So we had to work with her a bit and get her to where she could acknowledge and expose to the light what some of these beliefs were, some of these ancestral energies were. I saw some really heavy ancestral energies from, her family line. And also sometimes I had a beautiful visualization of another lifetime where she just ran into the woods. The woods were like sequoias, and she was small and dwarfed, and just almost a decision. I'm never going to shine this light again. I'm never going to be hurt like that again. I'm never going to speak from my place of power and from my place of light and from my place of inspiration. A lot of you are like this. So we expose this, okay? So notice as I'm even telling you that story, so much is flowing off the back of your field right now. You've allowed a lot of people to hijack your energy field, a lot of people to take your time. And listen, let's tell on ourselves. A lot of us voluntarily donate our time to others because we don't want to think about ourselves. We don't want to feel the pain. We don't want to feel it. So how many friends do we have? How many people do we know will be sitting and going, I just stay busy because I don't want to think about it? All right, that's another clue, because you're not ready then to create. I'm asking you, think about it, bring it front and center, put it in front of your face, call it what it is, call it fear, call it shaming. Some of us are so afraid of being disloyal to our family. You are honoring your family line and your ancestral line when you say, you know what, they did the best they could under the circumstances they had. They came through the Depression. They came through the Dust Bowl. They came through World War II. They came through, so many traumas and tragedies all over the world. They became refugees and had the courage to emigrate, and so they came with beliefs from their culture. But you're more evolved into what you are becoming and stepping into. You're worried about looking disloyal, of betraying the culture that you come from, betraying the loving parents that brought you into this country, or wherever you happen to be. You are honoring them by being the best that you can be. So know that. Don't look at your change as betrayal. And that's the other thing that happens. We think that when we evolve, when we shift, when we do something radically different. I have clients that are slated for arranged marriages, okay? That is their culture. When they step out of that and step into choosing all that they are, it's got some consequences. There are some things that they will walk through, but that is their path. What is yours? Notice what's coming up. I hope you are scribbling like crazy, writing this stuff down. This is not going to be where I leave you high and dry and you have nowhere to go with this stuff. But I want you to know today, your feelings do not kill you. You will not be destroyed by experiencing some of the pain and some of the wounds. By identifying it, by clearly seeing it, you then make this next choice. Am I ready to let go of that too? Because it's not getting you to where you want to go, is it? It's not moving you into that next thing that you want to create. I hope you guys are really connecting with what Source is trying to show you today. This is not a mistake if you are listening today. This is your appointment with destiny. This is your appointment with connecting with your soul essence, your higher self, why you're here. And if it looks like an absolute disaster and a mess and you're a couch potato sitting with the Cheetos beside you, that still does not mean it's not time to start. So when we come back, we're going to go into the next step of this. Meanwhile, our phone is 800-930-2819. 800-930-2819. And you can visit my website for some of my services and products at LeslieFonteyne, FONTEYNE.com. When we come back, more power.
Break all your bones, and life's gonna kick you around, then kick you again when you're down. But today is your day.
Artie Hoffman is the hottest psychic with the warmest heart and the host of the hit show Angels and Answers. A renowned psychic, medium, spiritual life coach, and an entertaining motivational speaker, Artie has helped over 15,000 people with his amazing intuitive gifts, his passion, and his humor. Call 877-ANGEL-02 to schedule a personal reading or to have your own psychic Artie party. That's 877-ANGEL-02. And visit artiehoffman.com and Angels and Answers on Facebook.
Tune in to Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fonteyne on TransformationTalkRadio.com and get ready to stir up your passions, identify your blocks, and shift into an entirely new existence. Leslie Fonteyne is a transformation catalyst and clairvoyant who uses her intuitive and energetic gifts to catapult listeners into living the life they were born to live. Whether it's shifting from scarcity to abundance, from emotional pain into joy, or from illness into health, Leslie will help you step into the true essence and power of all that you are with the help of the Ascended Masters and Archangels. You will not be the same. Visit TransformationTalkRadio.com for show dates and times and LeslieFontaine.com to say yes to explosive abundance.
I'm Christine Upchurch, and this is a Stellar Reflections Minute. For centuries, spiritual traditions have talked about how humans have an energy field, or aura, surrounding them. Although skeptical scientists refuted this for decades, science is now beginning to catch up with spirituality. Scientists can actually measure light emanating from living beings, so they can measure the human aura, which in scientific terms is known as the biofield. Many medical practitioners around the world use an instrument to evaluate a patient's biofield for the purpose of diagnosing illness. They understand that imbalanced or insufficient light in a person's energy field indicates a physical or emotional problem. The good news? There are ways to balance and increase your light, resulting in greater well-being. For more information, please check out StellarReflections.com or call 425-999-9836. That's 425-999-9836.
If you've been struggling with fear and anxiety, you've probably noticed that you can't reason yourself out of these emotions. Why? Because these emotions don't come from the logical part of the mind. They are created by the deeper subconscious mind.
Hello, my name is Dr. Friedman Schaub. Join me for my Breakthrough and Empowerment video seminar series and learn how you can work with your subconscious mind to overcome your anxiety. Visit thefearandanxietysolution.com.
Loving that. Welcome back. This is Leslie Fonteyne with Sheer Alchemy. That's our business today, and I hope you have shown up to do business with me. This is your appointment with your destiny. You do not have to be telling anybody about this. Nobody needs to know what we're doing this hour, and no one needs to know what you're going to do after this call. But I am hoping that you are getting your download, your action plan, that it's coming through loud and clear. So I've mentioned that we do not need to be afraid of pain, of core wounds, of old shaming energies. Understand that as a child we were powerless. Now we've got a decision. Do we want to hang out with shaming energies anymore? I do hope you're saying no. I hope that you're saying you're done. I hope you're saying, you know what, this is my time. This is my moment. It is. So for more information and support about how to step into all that you are, please go to LeslieFontaine.com. That's FONTEYNE.com. I've got CDs to support you, to shift you energetically. I have a list of where I'm showing up. I'm actually leaving for Cincinnati. I'll be in Cincinnati for the Victory of Light show on Saturday and Sunday of this week, the 11th and 12th. And then I will be in London in the UK, and I have not only a presence at the Mind, Body, Spirit Festival at Olympia in London, but I have 3 events that I'm conducting at Friend's House on Euston Road, and do hope that you will come and join me there. I'll also be doing in-person sessions, and a lovely client has given me some space where I can conduct those sessions. And then I'm off to Sydney and Melbourne, Australia. So we are doing the work here, and you are a part of it. You can hold space for me if you like, if you appreciate this work and you know what we're doing as we shift people's fields. It's a tremendous time out there, and I hope that you can be a part of it. And definitely, if I'm in any of your towns, please do come say hello. So let's get down to the bottom here. Let's get down to what is surfacing for you and what is coming up. So you should be getting your downloads of the things that you want to do. So we're putting aside the panic and fear that you don't know what to do. Okay, so sit a moment. Sit with this. What is coming to you about next steps? It may have come to you before. Okay, just allow it to come in. Quiet the panic. We're going to hand your inner child over to Divine Mother, Divine Father right now, just to get him and her calmed down a little bit. She freaks out, remember, when she feels powerless and afraid that a pain is going to come up. It's familiar to her, but you're creating a new experience. So, by the way, this is the next piece of change. Change is new. You haven't done this one before, okay? You haven't done it this way. So we're bringing in the masters, we're bringing in the archangels, we're bringing in the light beings, your support team. I want you to really allow that right now. Allow them to come in. Some of you are doing a lot of work in your security center. This is your ability to create security, that you can create your own security, that source will be there. Some of us have some source betrayal energies that, why did certain things happen the way they did in our lives? If God was there, why did it happen? That kind of thing. If you realize, you really get to that, there's some victim thinking there. Often when I'm working with clients, and I'm not taking the extreme situation of child abuse or anything like that, but I do want you to think a minute that prior to something difficult happening, when I ask my clients, did they have any heads up? 9 times out of 10, they did. They chose not to listen. They chose to do it anyway, and they chose a familiar path. That's the opposite of change. So in this moment, this thing that you've had in your heart, burning in your heart a long time, it's new, all right? So allow the newness. Allow yourselves to fully step into all that you are right now. Scary, isn't it, to think of yourself as powerful as you are? And that you could be sitting in a kitchen, you have no job, you've got children screaming around you. You're alone, no companionship. So here I'm asking you to visualize the magnificent, right? The magnificent you. But you know what? That's how it happens. See, we've got this a little backwards, right? When the economy gets better, then I'll do this. When there's peace and calm and my children are gone, then I'll do that. That's not how this works. We step into it first. We create it now. We have this desire for the chaos to die down first, then I'll. If you've done that with this, I'm going to ask you, so has anything happened? Has anything changed? How's your misery level? Is that the energy you want to be putting out into the world? No. So I want you to understand something, and you know this on a very deep level within you. When you follow guidance and you begin, things begin to clear out. Things begin to show up. People begin to show up. Opportunities begin to show up because you've shifted your energy. That's how this works. You've shifted your energy and things begin to appear. And you start feeling all those negative thoughts. Well, that's not going to happen. Well, I don't have the money. I don't have the people. I don't have the support. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, stop. Interrupt. Stop that. I'm asking you to take a little control over your field right now. Just do an interrupt. I do this to myself all the time, okay? So I'm not singling myself out over here that I don't go through this. We are constantly shifting, evolving, moving stuff all the time. So do the interrupt. Enough. If you've been telling yourself a story about yourself for forever about why things are the way they are and why you can't change and why you can't move, are you done? Are you done with the story? Say yes. That's what we want to do today. Say yes. Okay? Say yes, I'm done. I don't want to hear myself anymore. I don't want to hear this anymore. End it now. Okay, you're done. Who are you without the story? You might feel like a blank slate. If I told you the craziness I grew up with, oh my God, we all have that story, don't we? And then we dramatize it. Have you ever embellished your story? And then it just seems so grand. And then you tell everyone and explain to them, that's why, la, 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 la. I'm asking you to throw that story out and put a white piece of paper in front of you with nothing on it. And we're going to start and write your new story now. Who are you? What is your gift? Strip away all the parts of our culture that says, well, what do you do for a living? How much money do you make? You know, I was a writer very young, and I think I don't know how I didn't just totally quit. Because every time I turned around, someone would go, well, are you published? Now feel the energy of that. What does that energy do for you? If anything, it makes you want to stop, right? Because no, I'm not. There's an implication of worthiness. There's an implication of external validation. There's the implication that success equals what other people think. That's what you've done with your dream. That's what you've done with who you are. You want, well, are you famous yet? I'm a singer. Really? Where do you perform? Really? Stop. You are a singer regardless of whether you perform in the shower or you perform in the car or you perform in a nightclub. You are a singer. That is who you are. What is special about you being a singer? Is there a certain vibration that comes through you? Is there a gift that flows through you? When I write, I'm going through challenges of when I'm writing because I'm very technically good at writing. I am very verbal. And when I'm channeling, that's a whole nother kind of writing. I'm just going to tell you. So I have a new challenge, and I want to throw up my hands and go, I don't know how to do this. I know how to do the technical stuff, but I don't know how to write while I'm channeling. So I have 13,000 people that come to me with all their great ideas about how to do it. Do you have that? I'm asking you to check in with intuitive guidance right now. Forget all the people with their great ideas, their opinions, what they think of you, what they don't think of you, how smart you are, how much money you have. I want you to put all that aside. And I want you to really connect with what's coming through for you. All right? Now, you're going to get some ideas from intuitive guidance that are a little different than conventional wisdom. You know, conventional wisdom says, don't spend more than you earn. You know, how can you do that? How can you make that happen? The economy's this, the economy's that. Source operates very differently. Source has a completely different way of providing guidance to you. So you've had some guidance. I want you right now to tap into that. Look at what's coming in for you. What's it telling you to do? I always give this example when I'm speaking. You know, Source says, go to aisle 13 in the grocery store. I don't need anything in aisle 13. No, go to aisle 13. I don't need anything there. So you argue and you argue and you argue. Eventually you go, and there's somebody in aisle 13 that's there that you need to meet, that you're going to have a conversation with, that you're going to have coffee with next week, that's going to help you step into all that you can be, do, and have. Do you see how that works? So stop arguing with the guidance you've been getting. A lot of you have it. You've got pages full. You've got journals full. You have been guided. You got the memo. You were contacted. So now, start to blow it out. Start to notice what's coming to you about that idea. All right? Then say, yes. All right. Now I'm going to step into it. Don't go, well, how's that going to happen? No one's going to let me have the time to go do this. Really? Really? Are you a prisoner in your own life? I love how people talk about this being a free country, but we act like we're in jail. Stop it. You're a grown-up. You're an adult. Step into your big boy pants. Step into your big girl pants. Come on. You are a grown-up. So if you need 2 hours a day and your prime thinking time is from 9:30 in the morning to 11:30 in the morning, then you will say, that is what I'm going to do. You don't ask permission like a child. You are not a child. You're an adult. So again, these are all examples of where our inner child is like throwing a fit. So now we're just bringing in our power. Let's bring all your energy now into present time. Let's bring all your energy into standing powerfully in this moment. What is coming to you to step into? If you think that when you step into a dream and a desire you don't need courage, you're wrong. You do. But just because you need courage, is that why you quit? Why are you afraid that you need courage? Courage is required because we have old, objectionable comfort zones that don't want us to move. We're used to things a certain way, and we're afraid that with change, bad things will happen. But there's a giddiness and an excitement when you need courage. I have certain phone calls I don't want to make. But you know what? I made a couple yesterday, and they turned out great. Now, I connected with Source before I did it. I had my quiet time. I brought in my ministering spirits. You can do the same. Okay? And when somebody in your life is angry or bringing crap home or is not appreciating you or who you are, you can step away. You do not have to fix it. So what is change about? Change is about moving you into a higher vibration, allowing you to manifest, allowing you to feel empowered, and to get happy again. This is how it happens. So we're going to take a short break right now. Our number is 800-930-2819, 800-930-2819. This has been more of a teaching session, which is absolutely fine. A lot of you are doing the work right now, which I feel great about. And again, when we come back, we're going to see what's on the other side of what you've chosen to do.
Back down.
Mia Simone is an avant-garde, intuitive consultant, visionary, coach, and entrepreneur who guides her daily life using the gifts of her inner being. She is devoted to sharing her extensive knowledge on the invisible worlds of energy. Discover the science of intuition and connect with your greatest gift. Start living in your potential today and every day by opening up to the power of inner knowledge. Learn about the science of energy, quantum physics, and the ancient knowledge of understanding how to predict and change your future. Establish focus and expand your self-confidence, personal power, and create direction. For intuitive readings and coaching, contact Mia at 310-409-0333 or visit her website at www.psychicmiasimone.com.
We all seem to have something in our lives that we would like to shift, and there are a variety of ways to implement change. But many times we try several approaches but still don't get what we want. Why is that? Well, it turns out that there are universal principles governing change that you probably haven't heard about before, which determine whether or not we are successful in getting what we want. Following these principles leads to positive, lasting change, but ignoring them keeps us stuck. So if you are struggling in at least one area of your life, then you are missing an essential ingredient in your recipe of change. Want to learn the keys to success? Join me, Christine Upchurch, on Saturday, April 25th in Seattle for a day-long experiential workshop, helping you create your personalized roadmap for change. Empower yourself to transform your life so you can live more vibrantly. For more information, please visit stellarreflections.com or call 425-999-9836. That's 425-999-9836.
If you're one of the millions of Americans suffering from anxiety, you probably know how powerless and out of control this emotion can make you feel. This is why it is so important to remember that anxiety is created by your mind, which means that you can learn to use your mind to uncreate it. Hello, my name is Dr. Friedman Schaub. My award-winning book, The Fear and Anxiety Solution, provides you with a step-by-step breakthrough process to understand and resolve the root causes of your anxiety and build a solid foundation of confidence and inner peace. If you're ready to take your power back, visit thefearandanxietysolution.com. That's thefearandanxietysolution.com or call 866-903-6463. That's 866-903-MIND.
Well, I know what's right. I got just one line. In a world that keeps on pushing me around,
I love that. I hope you're feeling that today, right now, deciding that you are going to step into all that you are. I'm really excited for some of you. You have done an amazing, amazing work. You wonder how I know? I can tell. I can totally tell that you're doing the deal. And listen, write me about it, okay? I answer my email. I get so many emails from people that are doing some amazing things, and I want you to not hesitate when you're stepping into something. Don't hang back thinking, oh, it's not important enough. Again, remember, this is part of your life lesson. You're done with this I'm not important enough thing, okay? We're finished. You're here on purpose. You're still alive. You're still kicking. You're still somebody, all right? You're still somebody. You matter. So now what we're doing is kicking it up a notch for you. We're making you step into your big boots. This is awesome. This is great stuff. And you can do it. But I love the support that comes from the higher realms. I love the access. You know, when I work with clients, sometimes I'll ask them, well, have you ever, had connection with spirit and with light beings and all this, and at first they'll kind of hesitate. Then after I've done a clearing session with them, they start telling me 12, 13 different times of when they were contacted and when they got connection, and it starts to come to them. That's our memory muscle, okay? We've forgotten how in some really tough times in life, we were notified, we were contacted, we got the memo. So here you are again. Pay attention to the memo. What's the memo for you? Want to talk a little bit for a second also about quick fixes. We've got this funny idea, whether it's because we're in this media mayhem that we have now, that, if I work on something for an hour, I should be really good at it. Are you kidding? It's not just the outcome of what you do. It's not just the end result of the book. There's some shifts within you, and I know you guys know what I'm talking about. There's some shifts you've gone through that as you're moving into new things, you learn things about yourself. You step into power. Your life changes. Relationships change. You get new jobs. And it's all part of the fact that you made a decision to change, okay? There's these energetic ramifications that begin to happen. You begin practicing new tools, new methods and techniques for standing in your power. You realize some people aren't good for you, so you find new playgrounds and playmates. You don't hang out with the old crowd anymore that got you down, right? You don't do that voluntarily anymore. You're done. The other thing we do is we think we should be famous within a week, or if it doesn't happen in a month. Whenever we start anything, I know some of you are going to completely understand this analogy. When you joined the track team in junior high, and, you thought you were so great, and you were just running like crazy. All right. And then the next day you were sore as crap. And the day after you were sore. And you're thinking, and then you could barely move. And you're thinking, oh, my God, this is what it's like when we start something, okay? There may be these moments that we interpret as, I failed. No, you've just begun to use that muscle. When you haven't been thinking a certain kind of way, it gets tiring. I have to go take a nap. Okay? So don't be surprised when you begin to exercise something new. If Spirit gives you the nudge and says, you need to go back to school, you need to contact so-and-so, you need to get a coach, you need to, find new friends, join a different meetup, connect differently, move to another town, whatever. All these things are messages that perhaps you've resisted and says, well, I can't do that. I'd like you to question that. Why is it you think you can't do that? That is a source of an attachment. That's a source of an agreement. That's something within you that's staying entrenched. Again, the answer is yes, I want to let it go. Energetically, that shifts you, that moves you into a new direction and a new pattern. So, Benny, it looks like we've got a caller.
Yeah, let's take John. He's calling in from North Seattle. We'll probably have a few minutes to take his call. So,
right.
John, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. Hello. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you, John? What's coming up for you?
Sounds like you're doing great. What is coming up for me? Basically, I have gone through steps toward a spiritual awakening. And now I want to manifest that spiritual awakening, well, maybe to others. My prayer and my meditation have gotten much better. So one is, I guess the question is sensing that message and kind of making a barrier towards the past and all the work that I've done so that it doesn't creep back in.
Right. So there sounds like there's a little fear of, like, been there, done that, deja vu. So what's going on there? You said about creating a barrier. We kind of want to blast through that barrier, right?
No, I mean creating a barrier towards my past actions.
I gotcha. Okay.
Depression or addiction, whatever those things were, so that they don't creep in, and I'm able to springboard into the spiritual awakening from all the hard work of the different steps that I've gone through.
Gotcha. So, I love the fact that you've brought up addiction and recovery and things like that. So is there a decent amount of space for you right now, or is it fairly new?
It's going to be now almost just over a year and a half. So there is enough space, I think. So.
Wonderful.
So we're going into
that's fantastic.
Closer to 2 years. So.
Well, you are not alone, as you well know. There's a whole tribe of many of us that have stepped through things where, alternative options were used to kind of get through life, and you're doing a tremendous job. So one thing that I would recommend to you, John, is, things like addiction can put holes in our field, as you know, and it sounds like you've done some work on that. And we want to close that up, and that's going to be a big part of your success going forward, is sealing up your field. So let's just right now just go ahead and bring in some of the etheric team to close off your aura and to heal up some of the cuts and the holes and the tears and the siphons in your field. Bringing in the Ascended Masters, bringing in the Archangels here, and just calling on the ones that you work with. There's a little fear in your heart, a core fear about, failing, and just know that this is your life path, this is your life purpose. You can't blow it. So the key, one thing they're coming through really strongly for you is to draw them in to support you, to do it frequently and often, and to also put on your protection, because I'm seeing some old ancestral stuff, some old family energies as well. And so I totally identify with, sometimes, we will protect ourselves almost by isolating. And this is going to be bringing them in. So we're bringing them in right now. So your high heart is really lighting up right now. And we're just releasing some of the old contracts and agreements with some of the old playgrounds, old playmates, letting go of those energies that no longer serve you, burning them, putting them on a funeral pyre to be burned. And we're upgrading your new contracts. So there's a lot coming in your security center about whether you can create your own security. And this is new. This is new stuff. You're getting some new downloads. And you're doing pretty much everything that I'm getting for you, John, is that you're on the right track. These are some of the old fears, just like you've mentioned. Doing a full wash now, Supreme Being Light, Pure Essence Energy. And there we go. So, John, feel free to call me, and we will talk further about this if we need to. But right now, I just want to thank all of you that were participating today in what we were doing to clear your field, to step into all that you are, to transform, to allow that alchemical shift. This is an awesome thing that you're doing. Do not minimize the new beginning. Do not minimize the first small step, okay? You are terrific. This is Leslie Fonteyne with Sheer Alchemy. Until we talk again.
You've been listening to the hit show Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fonteyne on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Tune in each month to Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fonteyne to stir up your passions, remove your blocks, and shift into an entirely new existence. Gifted, shifted, and powerful is what this show is about. Visit TransformationTalkRadio.com and LeslieFonteyne.com for showtimes and dates. Contact Leslie at LeslieFonteyne.com to schedule a transformative session that removes your blocks so that you can say yes to explosive abundance. You will not be the same.
Introducing the Lucid Planet, a digital gathering place featuring cutting-edge, high-vibrational content that will empower and inspire you to become the greatest version of yourself. Visit the Lucid Planet today to stimulate your mind, body, and soul as you connect with a global community of like-minded people. The Lucid Planet is edited by renowned psychologist and author Dr. Kelly Neff, who is here to help you cope with anxiety, connect to your higher purpose, uncover your true passions, and live your dreams. Dr. Kelly's fresh, compassionate perspective emphasizes growth, transformation, healing, and thriving. Even in the face of adversity, say goodbye to bad news and low vibrational media for good and become part of the larger collective of people working together to navigate the global shift of consciousness and transform the world from within. Join the planet, the Lucid Planet. Visit thelucidplanet.com. Welcome home.
On the cutting edge of the new mainstream, Christine Upchurch is passionate about bringing together science, psychology, and spirituality in a way that can be applied to our everyday lives for true transformation. The Christine Upchurch Show, stellar conversations to illuminate your journey, engages some of the most outstanding visionaries on the planet in lively dialogue to inspire you to become that bright light you're meant to be. Join Christine every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time on KKNW, AM 1150, and Transformation Talk Radio.
Pure Encapsulations is committed to producing the most complete line of research-based nutritional supplements, from fish oil to probiotics to multivitamins and more. Available through qualified health professionals and community pharmacists, finished products are pure and hypoallergenic to optimize the long-term health of all patients, even the most sensitive. With Pure Encapsulations, you can rest assured that you're getting the purest and highest quality nutritional supplements available. Ask a qualified healthcare practitioner about Pure Encapsulations today and discover why it's the supplement brand of choice for healthcare professionals worldwide. For more information, please visit www.pureencapsulations.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Doctor loves quickies.
Mary's about ready to give love the shove, 'cause no matter what she tries, guys don't know that she's alive. To turn guys on, she needs to turn on those green lights, nonverbal cues that say, over here. Most guys won't approach unless they're cleared for landing. So ladies, to kickstart your love life, turn on those green lights and flash your pearly whites. I'm Dr. Jamie Turndorf of AskDrLove.com.